Pardon?
What are they doing here?
You said they look right here?
Why do they look like they're starving?
Because they travel 1,000 kilometers on a truck. And so that is why they are here to eat. And then we take them to their place.
Place where?
At Parato for them to feed.
On what?
On grass, maybe. I told you. What did I tell you?
Yes. And then it proved.
You know what? Why don't you just put a fence up here and take those cows instead of caging them in there and put them out here when these things leave?
Then there will be no grass left here.
There are only a few cows in here, but you have more than 1 million cows here. You're telling me that they're going to eat all the grass.
Mimi, this grass is not even enough for them. This is not even enough for them.
Just throw piles of
Mimi,
grass.
but those ones are well fed. You see, that's why they're so big.
Which ones?
The ones that you talk about, that you say were caged. Can you recognize them?
Those over there?
These were the ones that were in the pen.
Isn't that my cow?
No, it's your cow is still inside.
No,
No, the big one. Yeah, that's the one.
Really?
Yeah.
There's one cow that I think it's that one.
So you have a favorite here?
Yeah. He's the one that lets me touch him and you know.
Go to that one. That's the one. We go there first.
Okay, can we come this way?
Isn't that
Yeah,
ew. Isn't that him?
that's the one.
Now just show me your favorite.
That's him.
When you come from, I think so. It's the one.
Hey buddy.
It's the one.
No. His favorite place to be scratched is over here.
Here?
He won't hurt me or anything.
Oh. You're not afraid of it?
No.
No.
He's been with me for years, I think.
And then, do you, does it have a name? You call it something?
I call him Bruno.
Bruno.
Bruno. After which Bruno? I mean, we have so many Brunos.
Not really. He's the nicest one of all. I can tell because when he sees me, he doesn't really do anything. He just bows down so I can touch his forehead. That one I'm sure he won't because I don't know that one.
But you know this one specifically.
Mm-hmm.
But apart from cattle, which type of animals do you love most?
I love all of them. All of them. I want to be a lot of things.
You want to be?
A lot of things. He wants.
Simon must be one of them.
Getting closer. Where to scratch?
He wants food. I'm gonna go get something.
He's hungry. So in other words, you would prefer them to be more free, not to be caged and tied like that?
No, I don't like them to be tied. I like them to be a little bit more free, like those cows over there. What are you doing? Don't look at me like that. You know, he always gives me that look when he wants food. I'm gonna go get him some.
Just like when you go to Kanilai and your father takes you out, what on a sightseeing, what do you enjoy most? The wild animals in the forest, or then the tame ones like the cattle and the other animals?
Well, it kind of depends. I like every animal that I see. Like if we're driving and I see an animal, I tell my dad to stop so I can look at it a bit more. And I try and tell him to get closer. But if it's caged like the hyenas in Kanilai, and usually the hyenas will come to me, I just like to stay there and look at them. And sometimes I feed them if the food is. No.
The hyenas, the wild dogs?
No. Sometimes I put my hand in quickly. I just touch them quickly and I put my hand back out because they're wild animals. You never know.
But no, this one. In the pens, okay. Well, again, I cannot recognize.
He eats scraps too.
How did you know it was hungry?
Huh?
By the sound it makes, or what?
He always just looks at me for a really long time. Sometimes he just looks at me for a really long time. That tells me that he's hungry. You can touch him anywhere. You can touch him there, anywhere.
So that is part of my family. That's part of my heritage, you know. live animals, agriculture, herbal medicine. Yeah. But I'm going to now intensify. You know, I was stocking my farms in Canada for 5 years in preparation for a day like this, or a year like this. You know, because people were saying, when I was talking to these butchers, you know, I always want people, the way same, you know, people, governments would be shocked to realize that the same I want the butchers and these traders, business people, that's the same warning I give to the civil servants. I just don't get up and send somebody away. No. I give you a series of warnings, and if you don't heed them, then you go. Do you understand? Yes. So, I've been stocking Canada for a long time. To the extent that during the dry season, we have to supplement the grass because they clear the whole area. I think some of you have been to Canada, you realize that the cattle, they are very intensive feeders, you know. So wherever they graze, if you have 1,000 head of cattle, if you leave this cattle here for another 1 day here, when you come back, the whole place will be brown. You understand? So you need a bigger, as big as that Nyefi is, eventually we didn't have enough. Every time they have to tell me, you have to send us more supplementary feed. You know, because of the number of cattle we have there. Yes.
Your Excellency, I want to shift to something. It's the same part of agriculture. Still, it's wildlife. I mean, you had so many wild animals in Kanilai, lions, and then you name them. I mean, are there plans still to intensify that activity, to have the Serengeti here in the Gambia?
Serengeti. No, because Serengeti is natural. You know, everything about Serengeti is natural. Yes, I want to do as much as possible to restock the type of wild animals we had here before they became extinct. We had elephants here, we had tigers, we had cheetahs, leopards, I think, and lions we had, you know, and even some of these elands we had. Some of them are still around, you know. Buffaloes I'm not sure about, but the zebras we had, rhinos we had. So because every local language here has a name for a rhino, which means it once existed here. You know. So I'm going to do my best because I don't want to things like wild animals. I don't want to say much about. What I want to tell you is that I'm doing my best to make sure that we have what we call the Big Five in the Gambia. Now, there would be a problem too. To have the likes of Serengeti here would take a lot of money, a lot of investments. What do I mean by that? You hardly have a span of 100 kilometers without a town. You cannot even have that in the Gambia. You understand? So you will need to have something like Serengeti. You will need minimum of 100 kilometers by 50 kilometers or by 70 kilometers, uninterrupted, of space where you don't have any village inside, and that is practically not possible in the Gambia. So we have to make use of the pockets of forest that we have. Like Kiang West National Park, we can do that. But it will be a major challenge because one, we have to provide the drinking points. Also, you have to provide supplementary feeding. And you must fence it, otherwise they stray across and even escape. So we really have to, I want to bring these animals, but I also want to make sure that the places are properly fenced. And also, we must have experienced game rangers, those who know how to handle these animals. I lost some of the animals in Kanilai because I didn't have any expert to really take care of them.